Sleeping though.
Hey, what's going on? It's KLA, Cloud the Wanderer, and I have a lovely guest. Her name is Jaxson. I forgot the last name. Forgive me.
Middaugh.
Middaugh. Okay. How you been?
Good. Thank you. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm fine. I'm pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you.
Absolutely. This is really the first time I've ever talked to anybody on here, so it'll be cool.
Yeah. So before bodybuilding, like you had like a Lyme disease.
Yes. So pretty much all of my life I was overweight and unhealthy and wasn't taking care of myself. Took my daughter hiking and ended up getting bit by a tick. Um, got Lyme disease, got really sick. So I had to change my whole life. So that's where it all started.
Um, and at what point you decided to do bodybuilding?
So in 2018, I got sick. So I would say probably 2019, I did some powerlifting, which I really loved. Awesome community. Um, but then I had an injury and I hurt my back, and I promised my husband that I would not powerlift anymore. So I'm kind of a goal oriented type of person. So I wanted to find something that would drive me to keep me on track. Um, Decided that I would want to try bodybuilding, got a coach, and it just kind of went from there. And that was 2024 is when I got a coach for bodybuilding. 23 or 24. So I'm pretty new.
Yeah, yeah. That's not that ain't very long.
No.
Like, how was that journey for you? Like, just starting out and from powerlifting to bodybuilding.
So it's a lot to learn. The lifts are a lot different. How you execute the lifts are very different. So it's a lot of learning. Like you learn one way and that's not the way to do it for, like, it's the same exercise, but it's a totally done differently depending on if you're powerlifting or if you're bodybuilding. So it's really interesting to kind of see both sides of it too. Um, but yeah, it's a lot more nutrition wise, it's a lot more intense. Bodybuilding is for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Majority of the times, people say the nutrition is the hardest part.
It's not too hard for me because a lot of the foods that most people would eat, I can't eat because of the Lyme disease, and it kind of makes me sick anyway. So I have a little bit of I don't know. I wouldn't say it's an edge because when I get sick, I get really sick. So, um, but it does make it a little bit easier because I know how bad I'll feel if I go off plan.
Why
Yeah.
don't I mean, if you can educate me, why don't could you tell me about it? Like what's the symptoms are?
So, a lot of times people don't even recognize that they have Lyme disease. It kind of starts out like with flu-like symptoms, headaches, achiness, things like that. I got sick enough. I had it for weeks, almost, I think it was almost 2 months in a pretty severe state that I couldn't even get out of bed because I was so sick. But um, oftentimes you get like a bullseye shaped rash. That's generally when they know for sure to treat. There is blood tests that they do, a Western blot test. They can check and see if you have Lyme disease, and everybody seems to present a lot differently depending on what kind of strands of things that you have, because ticks carry a lot of different bacteria and parasites. So it really can
Yeah,
be, it can be you can get bit by a tick and not get Lyme disease and have something else, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, or just a lot of different stuff. So it affects me like gluten, sugar, dairy, like a lot of the foods that most people would eat. It really makes me feel pretty bad. So I just don't eat them.
yeah. Wow. And how long you been going through that with the Lyme disease?
So I got really bad sick in 20. So I think I got bit in 16. I think that was when it was. It's been a while. But I didn't start this part of the journey until I was, kind of on the mend. So 2018 is when I started all of like getting healthier and, focusing on my food and moving my body and managing my stress. When I got Lyme disease, I had a condition called Bell's palsy. Like this whole side of my face went numb. It
Mm,
almost looks like a stroke.
mm.
And when I get very tired or very stressed, it kind of gets a little like weaker, I guess. So it's just, I don't know, things to pay attention to.
Yeah. A fellow YouTuber of mine, he sent me a clip of another bodybuilder. She had like she was suffering. She had like bumps like in on her face and like in her hands and
Okay.
other parts of the area. She
Yeah.
was saying that it was very painful at times.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, I mean, I notice a lot of you women, you go through a lot on certain areas and stuff,
Yeah.
and doing this sport. Yeah, it's an extreme sport too.
It is. It is. It's definitely not just physically challenging, but mentally challenging because you get treated a little different because you look a little
Yeah,
different than everybody else. So it's you have to be tough, not just strong tough. You kind of have to have a
yeah,
thick skin too.
yeah. Well, I mean, I could look. We could go through some pictures. I mean, you have a nice physique. Yeah,
Definitely improved for sure.
yeah,
Definitely improved.
yeah,
And that's just a year. Just a year's difference. So my first show to my second show, and that's all the shows I've done. So I feel pretty proud that I've made that much progress in a year.
yeah. So you're women's physique, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. And so did you always wanted to do, was the plan to just be in women's physique or you was doing
Uh,
something else?
I really want to be a bodybuilder when I grow up.
Oh,
I want to be a big girl.
oh,
So
that's the plan for real? Or you,
that I would really like to try. I don't know how far my
okay.
physique will go. I'm pretty new, so I don't know how far physique wise I can go, but we'll see. So,
Yeah,
someone did share with me that generally, you don't do your first national show until you've been doing this for 4 years, and nobody really told me that. So I
yeah,
already did one. So I already did one. So at least I have that under my belt, and I don't feel as nervous about it. So,
yeah. What was the training like for you?
uh, for
For your first show. I'm sorry.
for my first show, I had to learn everything. I didn't know anything about posing. I have zero athletic background, so I've never been in a sport. I have no like real coordination or anything like that. So it was a lot to learn the very first time. And the second time I started with a posing coach actually right after my first show. So I had a whole year of training, and that I feel like really was super helpful.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Like, what was the posing hard for you or?
It was because, well, it seems to be very, I don't know, like flowy, like you should have some sort of grace to you, and I'm kind of not
Yeah.
like that. So it was a lot to learn. But I have come a long way. Like I tell everybody, my posing coach really has like her work cut out for her because I'm not graceful at all. So she's pretty good. But yeah, I've definitely improved that area a lot.
Yeah. Well, give some examples like how she helped you improve. Like what where she made you like look at some tapes or I mean some
So,
videos.
yeah, and I practice with her every week. And a big thing and I don't know if all women are like this, but for a long time I was very forward shoulder
Yeah.
and just learning to keep your shoulders like up and your chest out. That's half the battle.
Okay. Yeah. You.
So it's just little things like that that really it makes you look so much wider if you just sit, have good posture.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could understand that. Because growing up, I was always stiff, and nobody never told me that. You know, I think one person told me it, but they suggested that I should run.
Oh,
Yeah, and so it then like for me running, I started kind of like stretching and all that stuff, and doing yoga and all that, and then doing meditation,
Yeah.
just to like have my body relax.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
no,
big deal.
yeah,
A lot of people don't realize how important the flexibility part of it is because, you see everybody lifting the weights and doing the stuff, but like that flexibility and be able to hold a position
yeah,
gracefully for any amount of time, that's a hard work.
yeah. And nobody ain't gonna really tell you. Maybe a very small few is gonna tell you, but nobody not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go through some pictures again. So like, yeah, so you have a husband. Like, how long you guys
Yes.
been married?
We have been together for 31 years and married 28.
And how does he like adjust of you being a bodybuilder?
He really does love it. He loves the confidence. Yeah.
That's
He's
cool.
like, this is he even like he has purchased the majority of my because I now have like almost a whole complete home gym. So he takes care of all that, like keeps it all working and so
Yeah, yeah. Is
it's nice
this
to have the
just
support. Yeah. And this is my
is?
future son-in-law.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Where's your daughter? Like,
Right there. These are my girls.
oh, okay. You got two daughters.
Yes.
Were they
Yes.
at your shows?
Yes. Well, they came to my very first one, and then my youngest came to my second one. They're
No.
very big supporters, so it's very. I like that they see me turning into this person because this is the person I should have always been, and it's good for them to see like the confidence and all of that. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
very
cool.
strong women, so it makes me happy.
All right. Now, is this your son? Oh no, that's your
So this is
husband. That's your
this is my
husband.
husband.
Yeah, this is your. I guess that's it of the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was like your second show like? Was it more easier than the first?
Um, yes, actually it was. Even though it was a national level show, I was very happy with how much I had improved. Part of doing well at this is being mindful not to compare yourself to anyone else,
Yeah.
but like because that can really get you in a bad place, I feel like. And I don't know that so I don't look at anybody else's profiles before the show, like any of my competitors or anything like that, because I don't want to be in a negative mind space. I had practiced my routine. I felt very confident. My suit was fitting much better than the year before because I pretty much grew into it. Um, Even my scale weight was up, which a lot of people would not like, but because my physique had changed so much, was okay with that. So mentally I was in a good place and I just really enjoyed it. Met a lot of cool people. So that's always a plus of going to one of the competitions is meeting new people at a national show. There are generally people from like everywhere. So it was pretty cool.
What place that you had?
So I was sixth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Was that
So,
good, or would you say that's
uh,
good for you?
so my goal was to just look like I belong there because I hadn't been to one of them before. So
Yeah.
that was good for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what's like the plan for you after this?
So I do have surgery scheduled for Friday. I have
Okay.
um, a tumor on my thyroid that they're removing, and I'm going to heal up from that. And then it's time for improvement season, right? So then hopefully within the next year or two, I'll be back to a competition.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Like hold on. Let me see some more pictures. Like, how were you like in prep?
So my husband says I get a little hangry.
Yeah.
Overall, I do pretty good just because I have a already pretty regimented food, but I do like to eat a good quantity of food. So when it gets really close, I get a little hungry and a little cranky and a little tired. So
Yeah.
probably last three weeks or so is not a good time for anybody. Not anybody in my house anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard stories about spouses with and prep. So it's not a pleasant one. You
Yeah,
know,
he
some
does really good. He does really
yeah,
good, but he'll be like, this last one, he was like, it's gonna be a while till we have to do this again, right? And I was like, yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not an easy sport, like especially like if you don't really understand or you're trying to understand and stuff. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I've been to some shows, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, and just seeing the competitors. I went to a recent show Saturday. You know, they had like figure and women's physique, and I just stayed for the women and the women's the figure and the women's physique. I didn't stay for the wellness and the bikini because I had to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It can be long.
yeah, they really it was the same people. This was a natural bodybuilding show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
they had like three people on stage for figure and three people on in women's physique. Yeah,
Oh
like
wow.
it was like the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one person they wanted for novice for like I think like 35 and over and the open. I'm still trying
Oh
to
wow.
understand this bodybuilding stuff, but yeah,
So something that I did learn is generally when you have a local show, anything at masters is 35 and older, but when you go to a national level show,
yeah,
you're really like the categories are much smaller and you have a competition with a closer age group. So like when I do a masters competition, I'm going up against women that are my girls' age
mm,
because they're in their 30s. Well, my oldest daughter is. So it's like, I'm not really a big fan of that. But when you do a national level show, the age categories are much closer together. So you're more, I think it was 50 to 55 and then 55 to 60. So the age brackets are more realistic, I feel like.
okay. I'm still trying to understand more and more.
It's a lot
Yeah,
to learn.
yeah, it
I'm
is.
with you. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
it
learning too.
is. It is, and like if you're not like I used to see them in the magazines and stuff, and looking at the men and also the women and stuff, and as a teenager. So it was a point where I wanted to work out. I was working out,
Yeah.
but not to that level of being a bodybuilder or nothing like that. And
It's a
so
lot of a it's a lot of time commitment too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I work
What
out every day.
yeah. Like what do you do outside of bodybuilding?
So I am a nurse.
Okay.
We do love motorcycles, so I ride a lot of motorcycles. We have dogs, so I spend a lot of time with my dogs, and family stuff. So, and kayaking is one of my favorite things to do. So, but yeah, I have a pretty busy life.
No. What's
And I just
kayaking?
started kayaking out. It's almost like a canoe, but it's not quite the same. You can do it on
Oh,
still
okay.
water, where canoes generally are like rivers and stuff. The kayak's kind of pretty simple. One person can do them. So, and then I just
Okay.
started modeling again. I did that when I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
very
yeah.
big, like when I was a kid. And then, yeah, I just started. So,
What made you get back to doing that?
uh, actually, my husband did. He was like, you know what? I think you should. I saw this particular photographer and I was like, I'm thinking about doing this. He was like, I really think you should do it. So,
Mm.
and now it's just kind of snowballed. Ever since I started my transformation, though, I do get a set of photographs every year just to kind of keep my momentum going, and just watch my progress. So it's been kind of cool to see that. But I feel like it's getting a little bit more serious the last couple of years. So, and it's
Do
something I
you
really have fun doing.
do you get sponsored or are you
I
sponsored
have
or
I have not gotten a sponsor. No, maybe
oh okay.
someday. Maybe
Yeah,
someday.
yeah. Like on your two shows, like how, like what was the expensive with the bikini, the suit?
So the suits are extremely expensive, but then you have spray tans in your hair and your
Yeah.
makeup. So it can be a lot, and then entry fees, and you have to have your card for whatever federation you're going into. So it can be a pretty hefty fee, and I have seen women spend lots and lots of money, and I don't know where that all comes from. I actually used my same suit for both shows, which was kind of cool because I
Mm.
can compare them now. Like I look exactly that. Like I have my hair done, my jewelry was the same, and my suit was the same. Yep. So that way, when I go and do the comparison, like you can see how much difference the two physiques are because it's literally the same bathing suit. Which, I mean, next time I won't have that one, but yeah, it's pretty crazy how that one I think was either $600 or $700. So they're not something that you want to buy all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard the expensive one. It's like wow, wow.
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
never. I, I wouldn't. I couldn't be a bodybuilder, especially a woman bodybuilder or nothing like that.
yeah. I don't think men have that quite that same expense,
No,
but
they
yeah,
don't. They don't.
yeah,
But just being a bodybuilder in general, you're gonna have to waste some type of money and stuff. You know,
yes, yeah.
yeah.
A lot of
So
food,
yeah, it's an expensive hobby. But
a
you
lot of
don't go through,
food.
yeah, you don't go through that like, there's certain foods that you kind of avoid. Like, what kind of foods do you eat?
So generally, oof, I have a lot. I eat a lot of eggs.
Um,
Um, definitely a lot of spinach, peppers, onions, mushrooms, things like that. Any type. I really like chicken. Um, Turkey burgers are my like go-to treat.
okay. Yeah, I
um,
have had that.
but like I don't know. Cheat meals are more like going out for Mexican or something like that. So
Yeah,
I
what kind
tried.
of Mexican you like?
I like the fajitas, but I don't use the fajita. Like I just like the meatballs. Like they're I can't think of what it's called. It's got shrimp and steak and chicken and peppers and onions and mushrooms and it's in a pineapple. Oh, it's delicious. It's my favorite.
No, I don't think I've heard of that one
I
before.
can't remember what the name of it is, but it is
Um,
delicious for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Then that was yeah, yeah, like after your show, that's what you got treated. Okay,
Yep, yep. That was
okay.
my cheat meal. That was my what I waited all 20 weeks for is to get the Mexican food.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on the powerlifting. Like, so how long you
Mhm.
was doing powerlifting again?
So I watched my son do a competition
Yeah.
and fell in love with the community. Like they're all very much like everybody's rooting for everybody. It was a really cool experience and I was like, I want to do that. So I powerlifted for about 2 years. I have, did two competitions. I placed first in both of them. I am kind of small, so I'm only 5 foot and about 130, 130, 140 pounds. So I'm strong for my size, which really helps because when they do the powerlifting competitions, they do it per pound of body weight. So they translate your lift to how much you weigh and they compare the two. So even if someone is lifting more than me, they would have to be my size or smaller to win.
Mhm.
So a bigger person wouldn't win just because they were lifting more. So it's kind of cool. It's really a cut and dry. You either win or you don't kind of a thing, which is a lot different than bodybuilding. So that was a little challenging to get used to. That this is a more subjective sport, and that you don't necessarily win just because you look like you should win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know like they got like the deadlift and the squats
mhm. Yep.
and bench press. Like what
So
was like I was gonna
bench
ask
press.
oh
You want my numbers?
yeah, what's the heaviest you bench pressed?
So my heaviest bench press is 145.
Okay.
My heaviest squat is 2. I think it was no, 180, and my heaviest deadlift was 260 pounds. So
Okay.
not bad for somebody that weighs 140 pounds, 130 pounds. So
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, this is picture. Yeah, you was doing that with your
yeah,
husband.
zip lining. We just went on vacation and zip lined in the Smoky Mountains. It was an awesome experience. Highly recommend.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I could do that. I don't know. I'm scared of heights. I'm not really
Oh,
crazy.
well, it would
Yeah,
definitely be challenging for you then because you are
yeah,
up very high.
yeah.
Yes.
So I noticed that you have like these words. I'm fighting for a better me and a better life. Like,
Yeah.
what's that for you? What
So
that
to
means for you?
me,
I mean,
yeah. So I really, really like to help motivate people. So you'll see all kinds of stuff like that on any of my social media because I really want help to help people find whatever it is that they're passionate about and like light that fire, get them to do that thing that they're excited about because I don't feel like enough people do that. Um, and sometimes it is a struggle, to make the right choice when you're trying to, especially because there's a lot of good food out there.
yeah.
And sometimes it's just easier to sit and not do the thing instead of going and lifting. I try to do all my stuff in the morning if my work schedule allows it. That way I don't not get it done. So,
Yeah, you got another one. Everyone, hold on. Everyone you meet has something valuable to teach you.
and I am a definitely a firm believer of that. So, I have never met a person that didn't teach me something, whether it be something that was of value or to watch out for in different situations. So it's there's definitely value in every person that you talk to. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's your dog moving on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Raven.
Hey, Baven.
All
He's cute. Yeah,
right, let me talk.
yeah.
No,
He has a loud bark, or
she will
oh,
definitely be
she.
loud. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, how far do you see yourself competing in bodybuilding?
I, I would like to do, well, this is my goal is just to see how far I can take my physique um, and be as healthy as possible. I am much older than a lot of competitors, so I started out late. I didn't start till I was 51. I'm 52 now, so like I want to do this as healthy and just see how well I can develop my physique. So I don't really have an end goal. I'm going to do it as long as I enjoy it and as long as continue to make progress. So,
Oh, what do you have to work on?
so the feedback I got in the last show was actually my back. So this is
Okay.
actually what I need to work on.
Okay. Okay.
And I did bring it up quite a bit through this last prep. So the goal this coming year will be to continue to improve my back.
Yeah.
So they want it to be wider and denser. So that's my
Wow.
goal for the year.
Yeah. 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 You made a big transition from there, from
Yes.
back then to
Yep.
from now.
Yep.
Like,
And that is really for the majority of my life. I was a much heavier woman. Yes. Yep.
yeah. Wow.
Yep. 200
Was you?
pounds or better usually.
Yeah. Was it always a struggle for you at that body weight? Would you
It
say?
was a very uncomfortable life. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel comfortable in public. So yeah, it was challenging, definitely for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about the way society kind of embraces obesity?
So people aren't gonna like this. I don't think that people realize how detrimental things like how big your waist circumference is can actually affect your health. Because even if your health markers look good, if you have a waist circumference that is above what you should be, that is adding additional pressure and challenges for your internal organs. And it doesn't matter what your numbers look like. So, do I think that it's an easy thing to change? No. No, I don't. But I really think for a person's overall well being, it's the best thing to work on is how you feel. Um, and I did notice something that a lot of people don't realize is when you have back pain or knee pain or anything like that, oftentimes it's because your body's carrying more weight than it should, and
Mm,
it's asking you to not. So it's really something that a lot of people need to really think about instead of just being okay with it.
yeah. Let me see. We seem like we got a comment. We got balls deep. What's up?
Yeah.
Salute. And he says, "Good morning, gorgeous."
Good morning.
Yeah. You get a lot of compliments on social media at
Yeah,
times.
yeah, I do.
No.
Mostly appropriate. Some not so appropriate, but mostly appropriate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard stories, so you know.
Well, I try to be very open that I am, married, and that's not my expectations of having social media. It is
Right.
nice to have a compliment, but sometimes people take it a bit far.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of guys they're infatuated by women of muscle.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
just
they
different.
yeah, when they was younger, like they was a teenager, they just admired the women. And
Yeah.
so, but I kind of realized that, a lot of you women are married and got a husband and got a boyfriend. I've even went to the shows and I start seeing it. I be like, it's like, wow. Like, just I even just asking them sometimes I be a little hesitant to just go up and just even ask for a picture, anything like that. I probably
Yeah.
could, but
Right.
I just don't be want to do it too much. So yeah, yeah,
Well, and it is nice to have a compliment. I mean, we work really hard,
right.
so it's not like that isn't nice to be complimented. But like I said, some are appropriate, some are not.
No, I understand. I completely understand. Some guys they take it to that limit. Do you have like somebody that you follow on social media,
How
like
so?
bodybuilders, or or do you have like somebody that you admire in the sport?
I will say that if when I grow up, I would love to look like Teresa. I'm not even going to say her last name because I'll know I'll mess it up. She is
Teresa
a
Vlad.
yes. I've
Okay,
been sick. Yes, she is a beautiful woman, and I would love
yeah.
to have her physique. Like she works all the time. I do watch her um, pretty closely. She works really hard. I actually did so because of where we live. There was a bodybuilding movie filmed close to here, and I actually got to hang out with her, and it was pretty cool.
Okay. Was that magazine dreams? I don't know. I'm just throwing that
No,
out there.
it
Okay.
was called. So they just filmed it, and it was in like Mayish of this year, and I think the name of it was called Test, and I don't think that it's even been to the Sundance film thing yet. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was pretty cool. I got to hang out with her, and yeah, she's a pretty awesome lady. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's who I follow. Yeah.
Yeah. The last bodybuilder magazine movie I seen was with what's his name what was Jonathan Majors magazine dreams. Yeah,
Oh,
that's good. A lot of I noticed that I asked people like bodybuilders they seen it they haven't seen it, but they were like in the movie that they had Wendy Fatino there,
oh
another
wow.
bodybuilder there. Um, I forgot the names, but I know Wendy Fatino she was there, but it was just a small cameo appearance.
Yeah.
and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
kind of what Teresa did on that one. So yeah.
yeah,
And I got to hang out with her, so it was cool.
yeah. That's cool. Let me check out these chats. Let me see. You you see too big for the world with Irene Anderson. Oh, okay. He's asking you. Yeah, I think I seen that. I seen that. That was more of a documentary about Arnold,
Oh,
like the wings of strength come into
yeah.
place 2005 because they canceled a lot of women bodybuilder shows at that time. Yeah. How do you look at bodybuilding for you? Like, do you look at it as a sport, or do you look at it as a science, or you look at it as art?
I think it's a pretty cool combination of all of it.
Yeah,
So as like because I'm a nurse, I do get a little nerdy about it sometimes. um but yeah, I there is definitely an art form to it for sure. Um just like through learning the posing and all of that, and in every division the posing is a little bit different, so there definitely is an art form to that for sure. So yeah, I see that as a it's kind of like a perfect combination of all those things, really. I
yeah,
love the physicalness of it. Like, even though I don't have to lift heavy, I really get significant workouts with the workouts that I do. So I really enjoy that as well. Just being able to develop the muscles without really using as much weight. And it's like, I feel like it's less damaging to like my structure, I guess.
yeah. It's more of a. I would say it's more of a science that it's not talked about.
What's that?
No, I said I would say it's more of a science and a sport that people don't talk about too much.
Yeah, yeah. There is definitely, because and I'm just like still learning a lot of it.
Yeah,
There is definitely aspects of the nutrition along with the training that definitely make a difference, and it varies on the intensity of the training, and the meals that you're eating. So it is very scientific, but
yeah.
I feel like it's a pretty good combination of all those things.
How do you educate people on that?
Educate them on bodybuilding.
Yeah, yeah,
uh I feel like the majority of people think that, first of all, you have to take drugs, and you don't really have to.
yeah. They
um,
got natural bodybuilding.
yeah,
You know.
and that's one thing is, just because a person is leaner than the normal person that you would see doesn't mean that they're necessarily taking anything. So that is one thing that I like to tell people right off the bat, is just because a person is a bodybuilder, that doesn't mean that's what they're doing. um, Food wise, I do like my family has learned a lot just from me being sick. And then, the more into bodybuilding I am, the more they realize, things that I need to do when I'm in prep or when I'm in improvement, or, you know, just how the nutrition makes a difference when I'm doing certain things. So I think that kind of stuff is important. Uh, and I want people to know, especially women, especially young girls, that it's okay to have muscles like this, that it's okay to look like this. You know, I feel like a younger version of myself might have been intimidated to allow myself to look like this.
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying because there's women that they really feel like they don't want to have like big muscles or anything
Right,
like that. So
right.
so I understand. Well, I wish you the best. I mean, on your bodybuilding journey. Hope
Thank
you
you.
get your pro card. If not, if not soon, somewhere down the line, you get your pro card. You
Well,
know.
I mean, that's not necessarily the goal. I mean, it would be cool, super cool. I'm not gonna lie, it would be super cool.
Yeah,
That's
of
not
course.
necessarily the goal. The goal is just to see how far I can go.
Yeah, even if you when you get your pro card, I heard like after a while you still got to pay for it. Like you gotta
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep.
It's like an ID and stuff.
It
Just
is.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but I wish you the best.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
It was great meeting you.
Great meeting you as well too.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate Boss Deep coming in and trying to behave, but that's Boss Deep. But all right.